friend, welcome to Taci Studio. I'm Taci, and today I'm here to welcome you to dive with me into the world of knitting with inspiration from some of my absolutely favorite creators. If you're passionate about knitting, crochet, and all things yarn, you are in the right place. Today we are going to explore some of my favorite knitting YouTube channels and all the joys that it come with making something special with your hands. So stay tuned because this will be fun. So I'm going to start with Knitter's Niche. Bobby lives in Alabama, and I have found this podcast which made me feel right at home. I feel that we are probably about the same age, and she has very similar tastes. And one of the things I really love is that she always wear her knits and show them when she's wearing them. And I love that she likes fashion and trending things, but also that she keeps close to the things that she feels that fits her better and that she loves it. And she usually has a series of fashion after 50, which I think is fabulous for people also my age. And I think it's wonderful that she will also, just like I do and I like to do, wear and like things that the younger generation also likes, because I think that keeps us youthful and young. And I do love watching, and I watch every episode. So if you have not found Bobby yet, I think that that's a great one for you to watch. The next podcaster that I want to talk about is also it's somebody that it's very known and that you all probably know very much, and that is Natalie from Nitty Natty. She is the most adorable person. I love to watch her. I know she is very young, but I love also to know that a lot of young people are here experimenting and learning this craft, and she is very good at what she does. She really likes crochet and knitting, and she's now also started spinning, so it's so fun to see that. Plus, I really enjoyed last year, both her and her husband, they work together now for her YouTube channel. They went on a really long, year-long trip, and they visit all 50 states, and on every state they went to different fiber festivals. They went to different yarn stores. She got some yarn from each of those yarn stores, and also something that was related to that state, or just very the yarn was made specifically for that yarn store, and it was so fun to see that. And then she started a blanket with all those yarns, and it was so much fun to keep following her and following their adventure on that year. And I am so happy I actually met her in person, because she was here at the Flock Fiber Festival in Seattle, and I was able to meet her, and it was so fun and exciting. I'm sure that you already watch her, but if you don't, I think that this is one that it should be on your list. Next on my list is Jackie from Jacks and Roses. Jackie lived in Wisconsin before. She is a designer, and she also loves poetry and read poetry. I believe she was a teacher before, which it's really close to my heart. I was a teacher for a very small period of time, but I can appreciate and recognize all the poetry and things that she likes and books that she recommends. And I really love that, and love when a podcaster emphasize culture and those kind of things. And I think that she is one of those people. And she's also very giving, and I really think that that is a connection that I feel much better when I give something to somebody than when I get something from somebody. So I feel that that's something we have in common, and I love when she mentioned those. And she is the designer for the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday shrugs, and those were free patterns that she had for a very long time. And just this last year she published 2 paid for patterns, which was the Soho Square, and now her last the newest pattern that she has is the Skinny Pop Scarf. And I have both of them. I'm working on a Soho Square right now, and I absolutely love watching Jackie. So if you have not found her podcast yet, that's one that it's worth watching, every single one of them. Now, you all know, if you've been here before, that I was last year in a quest to knit my perfect sock. I haven't found the perfect measurements and everything yet, but I continue on that quest. And that started with me finding a pattern from a person that I consider my sock guru, and that is Summerlee from Summerlee Designs. I absolutely love watch her videos, and Summerlee says that she's obsessed with socks, and I believe when she says that, because she is always striving to make a better sock or a prettier sock. She loves color, and that makes her socks a lot of fun. She lives in Oklahoma. She just moved not very long ago to a new house. Her videos are vlog style, so she brings you into her daily life, sometimes even showing when she wakes up and what she ate for breakfast, and her husband going out and doing different things and going on walks. And I love watching that style of vlogs, because it brings you into that person's life, and it makes it more personable, makes you feel like you are part of their life. But she also gives you a lot of information and good information about knitting socks. She lives in Oklahoma with her husband, their 2 teenagers, and their cute dog. And I don't have teenagers, but I have that in common. We also have 2 kids, and we have a grandson, and we have a dog, and it's kind of fun to watch somebody's life like that. And she says she has been knitting for about 20 years, but she started designing socks in 2020. And she has also written a book, which is what I got last year, and it kept me really motivated to keep knitting different socks and go through. She went through a lot of parts of her book, which is called The Sock Project, and for me it's one of the most fabulous books about knitting socks. And she just finished writing another one, which is going to be published, I believe, next year. So Summerlee is one of my favorite, although there are so many other people that design and knit fabulous socks also. But I really like Summer Lee's style, and every time she has a new video, it makes my day. So I hope that it makes yours also, and that you go watch hers. And in talking about young people knitting and younger generations that like to knit and crochet, I have to tell you, there's these podcasters that I absolutely admire them so much, and I think they are the cutest ever. And those are Jessica and Rachel from Those Twins Who Knit. They are from Kansas City, and they are the cutest young ladies. They are so proper. They have such good taste, and they love knitting and sewing. But I get so inspired by the suggestions that they make, by what they're knitting. They are very prolific. They knit a lot. They knit beautiful garments, and they have also knit some really beautiful accessories. And it is so much fun to see somebody from a younger generation that thinks that it's important to knit your own garments, that believe in doing things for your own, with your hands, for your wardrobe. And it's just refreshing, and they are just fun also to look at them interacting. They are twins, and they are the cutest, and if you haven't watched them, you don't know what you're missing. The next podcasters are three ladies who are the most fabulous. I had not discovered them until last year, and I don't know where I was, because I have to say they are also so much fun. And those are the Knitting Posse, and it's Kate, Kim, and Laura, and they are from the East Coast in Connecticut, which is a really hard word for me to say, but they mention on their description that they are here for to share their love of knitting, and that's exactly what they do. It's very clear that they are very good friends. They do a lot of things together, and by what I see on their podcast and other people that they meet in the community, they are a lot of fun. They really enjoy knitting. They really enjoy spending time together. They really are thoughtful about what they knit. They put a lot of information for us to be able to make different choices, or to be able to know if you want to knit that garment or accessory, what you need and how you can knit that. And they also seem to be very thoughtful about what they're needing to fit into their wardrobes. I also think that by watching them, it's really clear that they are really good friends. It's not just because of their podcast that they are friends, but they are really good friends in their lives, and they have a lot of friends in the community, and it makes so much fun to see that they mention each other and that interaction that they have. And I absolutely love watching them. I keep going back and watching their older episodes, so it's been a lot of fun to get to know them and to watch their podcast. One of my very favorite people and persons or podcasters also is Beth from Knits from the Island. Beth McDonald Stone is a fabulous designer. She lives in Bermuda, and not only she shows you her knitting and very beautiful patterns that she makes, she gives you very detailed oriented instructions. She is very technical, and she brings a lot of information to you about knitting, about designing, but also she is very fun. And one thing that I really admire on Beth is that even though she is a designer herself, she does not keep her podcast just to what she knits or what she designs. She also knits a lot of different garments and projects and from other designers, and she shows and shares them on her podcast. And I think that's very generous and also very fun to see that a person who does that is also sharing what other people do on the same area that is her work and her job. I think Beth is a fabulous designer, and she is very thorough with the process. Her designs are and her patterns are very easy to follow. I have test knit 2 of her patterns already, and I have to say that I even said before that I don't know why she has them test knitted, because her patterns are pretty much perfect when she finished writing. If you have not done one of her patterns, and if you have not watched Beth's podcast, you are in for a delight going and watching her. Another podcaster that I can't wait for when another video comes up every 2 weeks, and they are fun, relaxed, is Kevin and Ray from Needles at the Ready. They live in Connecticut. Again, I told you that's a hard word for me to say. And they're such a kind couple. Their podcast is very relaxing, usually very long. They make it an hour and a half to sometimes 2 hours, but they include everything. They include information about their knitting. Kevin dyes yarn, and they have their own yarn business, so he shows the yarn. Ray crochets a lot, and he loves, and he just learned to do Tunisian crochet, and he loves putting some information about that also, which I love, all this variety on one podcast. And Kevin is also now spinning, and since last year, and he brings a lot of fiber. He talks about the process of spinning and how he spun that yarn, and then they talk about their and then he shows a project that he has knitted with or crochet with his yarn that he spun. They also show a lot of different projects with their yarn, and I think Kevin also sewed a little bit last year. Was it Kevin? Yes. And I love that they talk about their families and what they did on the 2 weeks that they were away. They talk about things that they read and they are reading currently, shows and different things that they are watching. And it is just fun, simple, casual fun, and makes you feel like you're sitting right there with them and being part of their life. So I love watching them, and I am sure that they are not new to you, so continue to watch them. So now I'm going to talk about somebody that's very dear to my heart. And some of these podcasters, I have to say, after watching them for a couple of years or about 3 years, I feel that they're part of my life. I feel that they probably don't know me, but I feel that I know them well. And one of them is Marlene from Marlene Knits. I know I'm not a person that she would know who I am, most likely, but I absolutely love Marlene. She lives in Germany, and I love watching her friendships with people, how she developed from, she worked in a different area, and she made the decision that that was stressful for her and for her life, and that she loves knitting, and that what she wanted to do was to have less anxiety, less stress, and she left her PhD and that academic work to work on a knitting store. Who makes such a decision just to make her life better and feel better? Not very many people. And I feel like she's so courageous, so strong, and so courageous to have actually shared this also right here with all of us. So, and for that, I absolutely love her. But I also love to watch all the information she brings to us. Marlene really loves to knit, and she also loves to spin, and she also loves to sew. And I have gone through the process of when she started sewing again, and now she is like a fabulous sewist. So I love her style. I love her colors. She puts a lot of vlogs when she goes. She goes to a lot of yarn festivals. So she also meets with a lot of her friends, and it's so much fun to be a part of her process, and also a part of all these times when she meets with her friends. And she has come to the US a couple of times for different festivals. I just wish she would come to the Flock and Fiber again so I could meet her in person. So if you have not watched Marlene, which I am sure you probably did, go watch her YouTube channel. Another podcaster, and I think I'm going to be saying that a lot here, mostly knitting. Tash is from Sydney, Australia, and I absolutely love watching her videos and watch every single one of them. It's one of those people that when I found her, I went back and started watching her older podcasts, because I feel that she not only she brings new things into light to us, but she also brings some of the knits that she has done in a very like long time ago, and she calls friends from the vault. She also loves walking, and she brings us along on those walks once in a while. She has a lot of tutorials. She's a math teacher, so I think she's very good at doing tutorials, and I really enjoy watching the things. She always does a great variety of projects, and she gives detailed information on when she makes modifications and measurements, and that I think is very, very helpful, and one of the reasons why I love watching mostly knitting, and that I think that you would also. Now, if you have been knitting for a while, or if you are a part of the knitting and fiber community, you have probably already really know really well Young Folk Knits. Casey lives in a farm and in the Midwest, and she loves knitting, crocheting, spinning, embroidering, sewing, and she makes beautiful, beautiful projects with her hands. She is an absolute delight, and I love watching her. She makes her videos very interesting. She gives lots of information about yarn, about different projects. She loves to do test knits, and she is just very good at putting outfits together for her wardrobe. Like she will knit something that matches with something that she was sewing, and they always look perfect. So if you have not watched Young Folk Knits, I think you're in for a treat, if you go and watch her. The next podcasters are one of my favorite. These ones are two people that you can see beyond the screen. Their friendship, it's like real friendship, and you can see that, you can almost touch that. And that is Kim and Janna from Knit Together with Kim and Janna. I have loved watching them. I went back and started watching from the first episode also, and they are just so kind. I have just not met them in person yet, but I just wish I could someday, because you can see and you can feel their love for each other. You can see that they have this great craft in common, and that keeps their friendship also going, but that they have a strong attachment to each other independent of what they knit. I think Kim is so organized. I love that she does tap dancing. She loves, she's learning German. She went back to school for cinematography, and she's just so adorable, and I love it. And also I love Janna's style, and really like the colors that she likes. I like the patterns that she chooses. I actually love both their style and their patterns, and the projects that they bring to share with us. I think they share really good information. And again, another podcaster that I think you have already saw here, but that I could not mention because I love them. Now I'm going to mention a few podcasters because, as I said in the beginning, this was very hard for me. Very hard to make a decision on just mentioning 10 podcasters or even 20. It's just so hard to make a choice when there are so many good people and so many people that makes a difference in my life because of what they do. Here I'm going to give you a list of a few of the other ones that I watch consistently and that I think it's really worth it for you to go and take a look at their YouTube channels. Nitty Cats, and that's Julie. She lives in Colorado, and I absolutely love her podcast. The other one is Fruitful Hands, and that's a mother-daughter duo, Diana and Katie. They are fabulous. I love not just what they show on knitting, but also watch their relationship. Piece for Piece, it's Michael. He lives in Chicago, and he's a dance teacher, and he brings lots of beautiful projects and information for us. The next one is Boboleros, and my friend Margaret, who also dyes yarn and make beautiful patterns for us, but she is she's a known musician who plays the piano beautifully. Another one that I love is Knit Weekend. Haley is the cutest person ever. I love her cute red hair, and I love all the information that she gives and brings to us about knitting and different yarns and different techniques. Another one that I just found not very long ago, but I'm really enjoying watching right now, is a hand knit letter. Another one that has been very fun for me, and I love watching them, is Les Garçons. They are from Canada, and that's Max and Vincent. Max is a designer, and Vincent is the dyer. And I have done a test knit for Max, and I love his patterns. He's absolutely fabulous. Another one is two pearls in a pod, and this is also another duo, and it's Paige and Sarah, and they are from Australia. I love watching them. I love watching their friendship, their enthusiasm for knitting and for the garments that they make, and the fact that they are both doctors and find time to have a hand knit and sew their own garments. That is just fabulous. Next one, I found her in the end of the year last year, and that's Knit Cheek. Sorry. She is such a cute a person, and I really like her projects and how she presents things. She's very fun to watch. She lives in California, really fun, and brings a lot of different subjects and projects that are really nice to watch. The Grocery Girls. Who has not watched their podcast yet? I don't know in which planet I lived before, because I didn't find their podcast until last year. But I have to say, since the second I found it, I could not stop watching, and I kept going and watching other podcasts, later ones, and they are the funnest sisters and live in Canada. I absolutely love watching them. And I think you will too if you haven't yet. Amy Palco, another gentle soul. Love watching her. She has fabulous patterns, and I believe she lives in, I can't remember, I'll put it here, and I can't believe that I don't remember that. Danish Musings, also so gentle. She has such a nice voice and makes beautiful, sometimes difficult and complicated patterns, but she gives lots of information, lots of good information for us. And another young lady that is absolutely fabulous, and I love watching, and I'm so happy that she's back. She took a very long break, but she's back making videos again, and that's True Lane. She is really cute. I love watching the projects she chooses, and she is so much fun. I'm so happy that she's back, and I don't think she stopped knitting, but she just took a break from her podcast, but she's back. So go back and watch all these fabulous people. But I have to tell you now, most of all, my very favorite, my number one favorite is my dear friend Leslie from A Friend to Knit With. She's fabulous, isn't she? And I know you all know her. I know that you all love her style, her class, her fashion sense. I have said a few times that I want to be like her when I grow up, and I wish I could, but I don't think it would be an easy task. She is also a great designer. I have made several of her patterns, but to tell you my favorite are, I have made several of her friend-to-friend shrugs. I have made several of the toast mitts, and I love them. And now I just finished making her newest pattern, which is the Hello Friend vest, and it's not going to be just one on my wardrobe. So I am sure that you have watched her. I am sure that you have loved and enjoyed watching her traveling adventures. I feel like I have been to many places where I never really been, because she takes us along with her. She buys yarn when she is there. She makes a fabulous plan to what to take with her, leaving space for yarn and her knitting projects. And she shares a lot of her morning breakfasts with knitting. So I am sure you have watched her, but I really think that you would be in for a treat going and watching her, and continue to watch her if you haven't watched her yet. So here I am, friends. I have given you all the nitty-gritty about all the people that I watch, all the videos that I like, and all the YouTubers that I think are fabulous. There are so many more, and I could not end. My list is endless, but I really hope that this was something that is going to inspire you and have at least a few new people that you can go and watch when you grab a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, a glass of wine, whatever makes you happy, right? So I hope that this will be helpful and inspiring to you. I hope that you stay healthy, continue to knit, crochet, craft, spin, do what makes you happy. And until I see you again, if this was something that you like, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe so I can bring more videos like this for you. And until I see you again, ciao!